Want to support your favorite content creator without spending a dime? Now you can with Gawkbox. Hop on your Android or iOS device and search for the creator, I kind of like this guy, and scroll through and find out ways you can donate to the creator for free. What's going on, everyone? Kami here, and today we're going to be going over how to improve your aim. Now, this is mainly going to be catered towards PC Paladins, but the majority of this info can be used for any PC shooter out there. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing you'll want to do when starting to improve your aim is finding the correct sensitivity. There's no right or wrong sensitivity, but if you're looking for help, I did a video on this already in the past, and you can find the link in the description. All right, did you watch it? Good. So now what? Well, before we get into the aiming techniques and exercises, there's one huge factor that can help you aim. That's having decent hardware and accessories to run said game. What do I mean by this? Well, for Paladins, you'll want at least a consistent 100 plus FPS and a 144 Hz monitor. You'll want a decent mouse, preferably a mouse pad, and hopefully like a decent amount of space for you to move your mouse. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. You're screwed because you can't afford any of these things. Well, don't fret. While having all of the above can significantly improve how easy it is, it's still possible to improve your aim. That leads us into the super secret info I know you've all been waiting for. Let's start off with the 3 major grip types, and this refers to how you hold your mouse. You have palm grip, claw grip, and fingertip grip. Here's a diagram I found online that shows these grips. There's probably a lot of minor details I could say explaining the pros and cons of each, but honestly, it's whatever feels comfortable for you. I will make these keynotes. Palm grip is by far the most common grip used. I personally use a mixture of claw and fingertip grip depending on the situation, and if you're using a higher sensitivity, consider using fingertip or claw grip. Your fingers have crazy high dexterity, and it'll allow you to make the most out of your high sensitivity. Remember, no grip is better than the other. All right, now that we've got your grip, let's talk about aiming techniques. So there are 3 main aiming techniques: flicking, tracking, and strafing. Flicking is the one where everyone goes, ooh, ah, look how good that guy is. I'm not talking smack about it, but I'm saying it's the most flashiest way to aim for most people. The process is simply snapping your cursor onto a target really fast. One champion that requires really good flicking is Androxus, and one person that's probably the most famous is Mutu on Androxus with his Mutu flicks. I mean, look at this.
Connect with any kills, and now Modestina with the cursed arm looking to follow up, able to hit every single shot, and that cursed revolver looking for more as he's able to hit on the back end of her. What a flick shot! Are you kidding me?
Now we got the next one, tracking, which is my personal favorite. Tracking refers to just keeping your cursor on the target while they move. Champions like Victor, Grok, Vivian, Tyra, etc. they all require good tracking. Now, a lot of people love seeing these flashy flicks, but for me, I'm mesmerized by someone with godlike tracking. The last aiming technique is strafe aiming, and I will say it's the easiest of the 3. This literally means you keep your cursor still with your mouse and you use your strafe keys on your keyboard to aim. Easy as that. Now, nobody should be using just one aiming technique to aim. Like for example, let's say I'm playing Cassie or Shaolin. I find myself tracking a lot, but when I'm ready to pull the trigger, I'll normally do a small flick to the left or right, depending on which direction I think the opponent's about to move. You should get comfortable with all 3 types of aiming and always be looking to use a mixture of them. Oh, and before we get into the exercises to improve your aim, I want to squeeze in this little extra tip. This tip isn't really here to help you aim, but it's more to stay alive and will inadvertently affect how you aim. So whenever I go up against really good players, yeah, I notice how accurate they are and how they're shredding me from across the map, but I also notice how they move. Having unpredictable movement is huge. When you're in a duel, don't hold left or right, don't spam A and D, and for the love of all that is holy, do not just stand still. Do a mixture of all these things. Try strafing left, then right again, then left, then pause. Left again? You get what I'm saying? Like, mix it up. It's easy to become predictable in your movement when starting off trying to improve your aim because you tend to use strafe aiming a bit too much, and it makes your next move very obvious. So how do you avoid all this? Well, that leads us to the exercises. This first exercise will improve your physical aim, and what I mean by that is just using your mouse to aim. I normally warm up in the training ground with Androxus, and I kind of suggest you do the same. It allows you to do all of these exercises on one champion. Alright, first, take heads will roll for those extra 2 shots, and buy deft hands 3. Let's head on over near the skies, and I want you to take your hand off your keyboard. You're not going to need it. Just start shooting them one by one, starting slow, switching targets every shot. When you find yourself able to hit everyone consistently, speed up, faster and faster. Once you start missing, lower the speed down a little bit and keep going, over and over and over and over. For added difficulty, try to get 100% headshots. You need to give yourself a little goals, like I need to hit 10 headshots in a row. Don't stop until you hit that goal. This next exercise is to improve your flicking, and it's the main reason why you want to be on Androxus. Switch to Godslayer and get a loadout similar to this one. Grab Chronos 3 and head back over to the skies area again and aim in the middle of all of them. Flick to a sky and immediately flick away and dash. Then flick back to shooter and repeat. If you never miss a shot, you should never run out of ammo with this loadout. And again, start off slow. Gradually pick up speed. What you're doing here with all these routines is building muscle memory. That's all improving your aim is, really. Doing it enough so you don't even have to think about it and your body takes over. With enough practice, you'll be the next Mutu. With tracking, you can do one of two things. Head over to the pips, and you can stay on Androxus, because you don't ever really need to pull the trigger. Try standing still and follow the pips with just your mouse. To up the difficulty, try switching the pip you're targeting when they intersect. Once you start feeling comfortable, try moving around the pips randomly while keeping your cursor on them. If you're having a little bit of issues doing that, head back over to the sky area and move randomly while keeping your cursor on them. Then once you start feeling comfortable doing that, head back over to the pips and repeat the exercise. As for practicing strafe aiming, well, you've actually already been doing that because you've been moving around the targets while tracking. You're essentially doing both, but you didn't even realize it. If you really just want to practice your strafe aiming, you can head over to the pips and just strafe along with them without moving your mouse. Woohoo, tons of fun, right? Let me say this, there's no better exercise than joining into a game and playing, but you have to have a different mindset other than, I want to win. When you load into a game, pick your talent, load out an item, and prepare to shut your brain off. Don't worry about if someone's flanking you or if you should be capping the point or anything of the sorts. Focus hard onto your aim. Are you overcorrecting your aim while trying to hit a long-range target? Do you find yourself struggling to track a target close range? Don't avoid these encounters. Force yourself into them. Never feeling uncomfortable in a situation is one of the greatest assets you can have. Here's a list of champions I suggest playing to improve specific parts of your aiming. For tracking, you have Grok, Ruckus, Skye, Talus, Tyra, Victor, and Vivian. She's especially good to play since you're turning your brain off already. Oh snap, did he just say that? For flicking, I'd go with Androxus, Eevee, Kinessa, Strix, and Buck. Buck not so much, but For all around aiming, I'd say Cassie, Shaolin, and Leon. If you want to improve your ability to gripe about shots not hitting and your ping issues, go with Bomb King. And if you want to improve your ability to sit on point and stare at people menacingly, you want to pick up Anara. Keep in mind you will not become a pro overnight. You just won't. Especially if you're still trying to find or recently change your sensitivity. It'll take time. How much time? Anywhere upwards of 3 to 6 months. I promise you though, if you stick with it and practice, you'll get better. And once your aim starts to become second nature, then you can start working on game sense, like ability cooldowns, positioning, respawn timers, etc. Alright, so I'll leave everyone with this last tip. And to me, it's by far the most important one of them all. To really, and I mean really, improve in all aspects of any game out there, you need to have a positive mindset. Quit caring so much if you win. Quit blaming other people every time you lose. Quit letting trolls and other salty people get under your skin. Well, that one's easier said than done, I know. And always ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Anytime you die. And most importantly, have fun. It's only game. Why you have to be mad? Alright, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go eat me some spaghetti. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, thanks for watching. I'm not gonna be one of those people who asks you to like and subscribe, so I'm not gonna ask.